Good morning, everyone. Let me stand back because you can see I've got clothes on then. It's a hot one, isn't it? Okay, so I started this a couple of weeks ago, but then I was away, so I couldn't do it last week. But we're looking at the tarot cards. We're looking in detail at the tarot cards. Now, full details are in my courses, but we're going to go through a couple. So today, we're going to move on. Last time we looked at the Fool and we looked at the Magician. This time, morning Kelly, can't read what I'm doing. This time we're going to be looking at the High Priestess, at the Empress and the Emperor, okay? So, the High Priestess, now in a nutshell, the High Priestess is about trusting your intuition, following what feels right. There's an air of secrecy with this card. It's saying there's something not quite right, or there's something going on that maybe doesn't feel quite how it should. Perhaps there's a secret, perhaps somebody's hiding something, perhaps there's more to a situation than you're actually seeing, but you're feeling it. So this is about your intuition. And we can see that because it's the High Priestess. It's all known. It is you. The High Priestess is you. Now, in this card, we have a book that she's holding, the Taureau there. The Book of Knowledge. And that reminds you that you've got all your knowledge within. I'm going to do myself out of a job here, but actually you don't need to go and see all these psychics and mediums because you've got all the knowledge within. Your soul contains all the knowledge. However, sometimes it's difficult to tap into that. And that's when we seek some outside advice. So this card can indicate when you're going to seek guidance and advice from a medium or from a psychic there. The Book of Knowledge is where the power is, though, that Taureau. That symbols that you have what it takes to be able to find out information or to be able to go further in your whatever it is. Now, the two pillars, I can't pronounce it, Jonas, and I can't pronounce the other one. But these are to do with yin and yang. These are to do with balance. They're actually very religious pillars there. And they are to do with balance, the black and the white. Getting the balance of everything, but also the light and the dark. So understanding that without light, we can't have dark. Without dark, we can't have light. So positive and a negative. We need to have a positive and negative in our lives for things to be able to happen, for things to be able to balance. Now, this is not a negative in any way. This is bringing balance and harmony to situations. Understanding the both sides of things. Understanding that through dark times, we then see the light. But through the light, we also need to see the dark times. So it's really important. The depth of this card shows you the balance of everything, and everything is how it should be there, but we do need to bring in, we can't be too fluffy with everything going on there. Good morning, Vicky, how are you? The pomegranates, now they connect to fertility in the tarot. The pomegranates connect to fertility. So the pomegranates here doesn't necessarily mean like you're going to have a baby, although it could do if you've got the Empress, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, very much could do around there. The other card combinations, which we look in my second course, the next step, card combinations can pull things out a lot more. But the symbology of the pomegranates, yes, it's fertility, but on a singular level, it means there's something new brewing. There's a new feel in the air. There's a new vibe coming around you that's got fertile energy, that is ready, that is ripe for the picking. Now, she's got this moon, which symbolises on her crown chakra there. That's your intuition. That is your all-knowing. You're seeing, your knowing is in your tummy, you're all seeing, your clairvoyance, and being able to see things a lot clearer there. She obviously has a cross around her neck as well, with the religious symbol that comes in with that. Now, not a lot of people know this, but the moon, the crest, is actually a Taurus horn crescent there. This card does connect to Taurus. When they first originated, it was the year of the Taurus matriarch, and that is where the Taurus crest comes in. So there is a symbol of the bull in this card as well. I'm just going to say good morning everybody that's coming in. Morning Claire, morning everybody that's popping in for this knowledge. The yellow and the gold is the richness. Now that can come in with Taurus energy. Taurus like to have good stuff around them. They're not afraid to splash out a little bit and have a bit of luxury. So this card indicates here with the Taurus energy there about knowing your worth, knowing your power, and enjoying that worth, enjoying that power as well. But the main and 2 in the Tower is duality. So we have the Magician as 1, and then we have the 2 of the High Priestess. The Magician is the masculine of the manifestation, and the outside layer, if you like. The High Priestess connects to the Magician as the underneath, the black and the white, the underworld, and that duality, taking a singular into a double there. But the feminine energy, this is a feminine card. The High Magician before it is a masculine card. So bringing the 2 together that we need in life, we need masculine and feminine for things to be whole there. Now the astrology connection is the moon. The moon, and what do we have with the moon? We have intuition, we have emotional changes, we have a light side, we have a dark side, we have a new moon, we have a full moon. So we have interchanging energies there, and that's all about the High Priestess. The moon is sometimes it hides things from us, sometimes it illuminates things. So that's what this card is about. Is it hiding? Is it illuminating? Are there things going on underneath? Do you need to trust your intuition, or do you need to seek some guidance there to help you with your intuition? So that's the High Priestess. Astrology, the moon. Now the next card we're going to look at is the Empress. I love the Empress. Again, there's a Taurus connection, and I'm a Taurus, so I'm loving these cards today. The Taurus connection here comes with the sign of Venus in the stone heart. It's well protected. Taurus are known for loving big, but also they protect themselves. So we have the protection here in the stone, the love of the planet Venus. Planet Venus is everything to do with beauty, everything to do with arts and sensual things and enjoying things, but mainly beauty and creativity. So in this card we see the beauty of the abundance, we see the beauty of nature, we see the beautiful woman that sat there, we see the beautiful surroundings that sat there. She is open to seeing everything in a beautiful way, and that's where the Venus connections come in, more than on a romantic scale. Now the Empress is usually seen full-figured. She's usually seen either pregnant, because the Empress can indicate pregnancies. For me, she doesn't indicate a birth, she indicates a pregnancy. Not fertility, but a pregnancy. Actually somebody being pregnant, not waiting to get pregnant unless it's in a position of the future. But it's a symbol for me of being pregnant. The birth comes from me if I get the Ace of Wands or Ace of Cups, that will be the birth. But for me, she signals the actual pregnancy stage. Now, she's sitting comfortably. If she's not pregnant, she's usually quite curvaceous. She's usually somebody who's got a bit of a full figure, again quite Taurian, but she is somebody who's comfortable in her skin. She's someone who's comfortable in her surroundings. And look at her on that comfy chair. She's in a real comfy position there. So this card brings you comfort. It's the mother of the deck. How a mother should make you feel comfortable, lovely, warm, all that lovely mother energy that mum should bring to the table there. She is someone who's going to want to cuddle you. She's going to be someone who wants to make you feel good. She's going to see the good and the beauty in situations. Now when this card pops up, again, lots of symbols in here. Like I said, we've got the Venus symbol. The Empress is about abundance. We can see that in the crop around her. When do we get the crop there? In September time. So when things start to be ready for the picking, again, that can bring in the fertility there. Connections, something's ready. But the crop is in an abundant state. All the green around is in abundance. Everything is looking lush. Everything is ripe and ready, including her. So this card is a card of being ripe and ready and enjoying an abundant time, or having abundance on its way to you. Now, because we go in the cycle of the pregnancy, it takes 9 months, this card can be a card of growth in abundance. Growth in yourself, or growth in abundance, growth in your crop, whatever it is that the area that you're looking at there. So A lot of growth is happening, a lot of growing is happening, even deep soul searching. This card very much connects to Mother Nature. Spending time in nature is going to be wonderful when someone picks this card. Whether it's down the woods or whether it's down the beach, whatever it is, but a nature connection. We have everything here. We have the water flowing, the balance of everything. We have the woods, we have the sun, we have everything coming in here. Now, the roses on her white gown. Now, the white gown indicates purity and her almost serene sense there, but her openness to the spirit world, her trust in the spirit world. And the red roses come in the form of love and acceptance and abundance as well. The crown on her head actually has 12 stars, and they connect to the 12 zodiac signs, bringing her an all-rounder of comfort for every single body. She has the orb in her hand. This is her power. This is her creative power. So she's a very strong mama, this person. She's got what it takes. And although she's not necessarily a leader, having that orb there shows that she knows what she wants and she knows the way and that she can lead the way. She has the regal of the red, usually brings success in. She has yellow, so we have creativity and excitement coming in here. And she is, of course, in astrology, the planet Venus, planet of love, the planet of beauty, the planet of creative energy, the planet of arts, poetry, anything that's got a sort of lovey-dovey twist to it. This card brings in that energy. So when you're working with the planets, you're doing predictions. For me, this has a 3-month fold. Don't know why. It does has a 3-month fold around it, so I know if I'm working in a 3-month scale with this card. But the Venus, so it could be, if you know where Venus sits in your chart, you could really connect strongly with this card, or where Venus is at the time of doing the reading. Someone tried to ring me then. Then from the mother of the deck to the father of the deck, the Emperor. Now the Emperor is all about daddy energy. This is all about strong, masculine. She's feminine, again, feminine and masculine. We get that throughout the whole tarot. The daddy of the deck is someone who is secure. They bring that security to you. They are firm but fair. They are someone that you can go to for good advice, for good guidance, for that support, but they're not going to tell you something that you're just to make you feel good. They are going to be firm but fair. Sometimes this card can come up when somebody's being controlled or been in a controlling situation, and they're now going to be more master of their own destiny. They're now going to start to take charge themselves. Now, in this card, he sits in a nice stone throne. So that's stability, that's security. You can bring out the stone throne there to bring some order and, like I say, stability to a situation. Now, what quite often happens with me with this card is I'm usually drawn, not usually, but sometimes I'm drawn to perhaps somebody on the earth plane who may have some mobility problems there. And that's just because of the leg show. That's how my mind works there. Sometimes if I'm working with the spirit world, I will use the cards as they will give me information, and then I will be drawn to certain cards. And again, sometimes it can just bring me to someone with some leg information going on there, which is a bit random, but hey ho, that's how the cards work. Now, we have the Rams, so this is Aries. This is where the Aries strong connection comes into, which I'll come back into in a moment. We have the red. The red is authority, the red is regal, the red is power. So he is a very powerful man. And like I say, he's the daddy of the deck. He's the powerful daddy of the deck. The mountains behind is what he rules, what he's overcome, what he is in charge of. He's like, yeah, Mr. Big here. And the armour that he wears shows that he's ready for action. It shows that he's ready for anything. He's ready for battle. He can get up at a moment's notice and go and crack on. He has his crown. So again, the heightened power and the proof of his status coming in there. So this could be somebody who works very much in the public area or in quite a high position. Or maybe it's going to bring in news that someone is going to be having that kind of job, getting a promotion there. Now he has the orb, and he has his anchor in his hands. This again brings his masculine power, his drive, his energy, his focus, his force, and where he wants to lay that power down. So he has a lot of knowledge coming forward here, and this is what he wants to share. The blue is all to do with his communication and the fact that he's in contact with his feminine side as well. Even though he's very masculine, he's also very balanced. The red is his power and his knowledge and his success. Now, the Aries energy. Aries are the first of the zodiac, so he's a driven person. He's going to want to lead the way. He is a leader. He's the daddy of the deck. Can't get bigger than that, really. Maybe you can get the mama of the deck. Maybe she's bigger. But anyhow, he's a leader. The Aries energy brings a leadership. He's also very authoritative, very assertive. He knows what he wants. He's going to get it. There's a strong drive there. He is master of his own destiny. There's no one telling him what to do. There's no one bossing this man around. He is the boss. He is the daddy. And he's going to control a situation, but in a firm but fair way. So when he pops up, there could be an Aries link of somebody, assertive, fun, knows what they want, go-getting, strong leadership skills. Or maybe that they are looking for a father figure influence. Father figure influence could come around. They could be getting a promotion or stepping up, working in the public eye and having job or connections to maybe like, I don't know, the mayor or something like that, or government there. Things of, yeah, he would be the governor. So things of a big nature coming in around. He does connect to dad, so very much can bring in dad's energy or stepdad's energy or sometimes granddad's energy there as well. But he's a strong man, and he will bring you the message of either you're needing to be strong, you're needing to be focused and firm and on the ball and master of your own destiny. You need to take control of your life now. Or he comes in to give you some good, firm, solid advice of whatever it is that's needed at that moment. And intuitively, when you're working with someone, you'll be able to pick that knowledge up. So that is today's little sesh on the free cards, okay? On the Empress, on the High Priestess, and on the Emperor there. So we'll be looking at the next few next week. So let's just have a little go at picking you all a general today's card while you're all here. I do have clothes on, it keeps slipping down. Promise you I'm wearing something. Okay, ooh, interesting. It's the Nine of Wands. No, it's not, it's the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords, your collective message today is about worry and stress and anxiety and all sorts of like mind fuck things, really. But what it says is that you're overthinking something. This card for me often comes up when there's something that you're worried about, but it's not as bad as what you think it is. Now, the thing is with all the meanings, all the tarot, there's a black and white book version of everything. You know, it's in there. And when you work intuitively, you kind of tweak the meaning of things. So some people might have a set meaning for this, some people might have a set meaning for that. I don't like intuitive readings where they're not using the card, where they're just picking up energy on myself, because I know that myself. I can work on that myself. I do like card readings or pure mediumship readings. But my point being that this card looks like it's a worry card, and although it is a worry card, it's actually saying you don't have to worry. For me, this card says you don't have to worry. It's not as bad as what you think. All your little worries could turn into one big fat worry, something little that you're niggling about. If you overthink it, if you think overstimulate that stress, that anxiety, you can make a mountain out of a molehill. Your mind is so powerful, but as much as it can tell you that something isn't working or isn't going to work, or that something's not right, you can then condition it. I think it takes 35 days or 28 days to recondition your brain, to retrain your brain into thinking differently. So think positive. This card is Mars in Gemini. Mars is power. Mars is force. Mars is the planet of war, the planet of aggression, but also what we need to get up and go. It's our drive, it's our force. In Gemini, it's overactive. So it indicates here that we're overacting something on our mind. Gemini is an air sign. Air signs connect to minds. Swords connect to minds. So we're overthinking something. We've put too much power, too much energy into something on a communication level, and it might not be that deep. Could be getting ourselves in a right pickle, and it's just not that deep. or we're overthinking something and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So your mind is in overdrive at the moment, guys. That's what this message is saying today. So you need to take a step back. You need to kind of chill a little bit. I would recommend, where has she gone? The card that we looked at today, I would recommend, it's a beautiful day, going out in nature, getting some grounding, getting some earthing. Earthing is when you take your shoes off and when you step onto grass and you just allow nature to diffuse you, if you like. So if you are overwhelmed, if you are stressed, if you are feeling anxious, go and get some earthing energy around where you can just rebalance your soul, rebalance yourself, and then learn not to worry. Stress, anxiety is about the future, isn't it? Depression is about the past. So try and stay in the present. But honestly, whatever you're worried about, for me, this card says it's not going to be as bad as what you think it is. So have a lovely day. I have got 2 new workshops coming up. We're going to be doing some, I put back my reverse tarot card course. It was going to start last night because it's summer and I just can't do it in the summer. I want to be having fun in the sun. So I've put that back till September. There will also be a beginners class in September as well, if you want to learn the tarot on the beginners. But the e-course, if you can't wait till then, the e-course is a bit cheaper. So I think it's about £70 cheaper and it's ready now. And that is where you can download everything. It's pre-recorded. It's exactly the same as my course, but pre-recorded, and you can grab that now. But I have got some workshops coming up and they're going to be on a Wednesday and they are going to be 11 till 2, I think it was. No, 10 till 2. I think it was 10 till 2. Yeah, 10 till 2 on a Wednesday, and we're going to be having an astrology one and we're going to be having a tarot one, and they are going to be once a month. We're going to be doing different things there on a Wednesday, so I will let you guys know. If anyone wants to go on to my newsletter so you really get an update of everything, then just drop me a message with your email address and I can add you to that newsletter. I am putting these in for publishing this week, so I'm having a bit of a thing with one printer at the moment. He said he could make these bigger, now he's saying he can't, but I'm going to send them off to some other people. So this week, fingers crossed, we get things moving with them and you can have your own deck. Okay, have a great week. See you next Wednesday.